Hello people of the internet, hello people of YouTube, hello friends, how are you doing? Hope everyone's good on this fine Sunday afternoon / evening. It would happen to be moving in the UK at the moment. So sorry I didn't make it on Friday, guys. The internet have passed away about, well, a little bit before I advertised the show actually, so kind of that's good. Much better, because if it goes off after I've advertised the show, when you got there, the cupboard was bare, and that will not do. Anyway, Vivian is here, Linda Bishop is here. Let's see who else is here. We've got 8 people on board at the moment. Vixen, Dora, Sharon, Louie, Tulu, Zulu, Shrek. Hi, Shrek. Eddie is here too. James Speaker, Yvonne White, Mrs. Tyler J, Sophia, Julian is here as well. This is great. Well, it's so good to see you guys all here. Now then. Last Sunday we had Lionsgate, 8th of the 8th, and wow, that is a really powerful day, that actually. The 8th of the 8th, 1988, was sort of the day when I really got like powered up to be a medium and a psychic and everything. I was on Glastonbury tour in Somerset, England, not far from Stonehenge actually, and that was amazing. Slightly less amazing last Sunday, but it has led us into a very amazing time of the year. So, I guess we're all kind of feeling the change in the air at the moment as much as anything. But as we go through the next week, Uranus retrograde is starting on the 19th, and 1 week today we actually have the full moon. So the moon's over half full now, lots of lunar energy there, really amazing stuff. Julie has been watching the coverage of the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. Yeah, that's been on the radio here a bit as well. I don't watch TV, I watch YouTube, but I don't watch TV. So I had that on the radio this morning, scary stuff. Not good the way it's, thanks Sharon, yeah, okay. Right, yeah, my microphone is really weird tonight actually. It's really weird. Yeah, so definitely having problems with my microphone. Yeah, I notice it's kind of, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's kind of definitely not the cheapest microphone on the shelf by any means. How does that sound now, guys? Is that sounding, no, you can't hear me clearly? Okay. Right, is that one thing for it? Just going to go like that, and just got to change over audio, building analog stereo. That should be doing it now, and it's automatically adjusting the mic volume. Okay, Linda says I may be sounding weird, but at least we have him. That is very kind of you to say, Linda. I hope I'm sounding less weird now. Hope the echo has gone. Yeah, weird. Pretty expensive mic I'm using here. It's the Rode Micro NT USB Mini or something like that. And it should work. It really wasn't cheap, but there we go. Let's get down to some cards. Well, we've at least got the internet. Hi, Rupali. Hi, S. Okay. Right, I think I hope that's resolved the microphone thing by now anyway. I really do. Let me just do this one for Julie. I think this is a good way to start out for this session actually. Can we read on the Afghan women and their safety in the future, please? Okay. Well, on a psychic level, I feel strongly that nothing has changed really. Obviously things have changed because it's been in the news, but I feel that the positive way things were going has always been a temporary thing. Unfortunately, we are dealing with part of the world which just doesn't believe in women having any kind of equal rights at all. I'm sure there are lots of individual Afghanis who believe in women's rights, not least the people that the women actually work with who have very positive experiences of the strong women that there are in Afghanistan. But in terms of the way the country is actually run, goodness knows. I'm going to do 3 cards on this because I think it's important. Okay, first one out, Ten of Swords. Right, that's a real stab in the back now. It's bloodless, and I often see something positive in this card. I can just about see it here. It's the dawn rising over the back of that rather grey stone wall there. So there is going to be something positive at some point, but you know, it is the Ten of Swords. There's a lot of really heavy energy going on there, and it's really not going the right way. So, Ten of Swords to start it with. Yeah, and I really feel like they've been stabbed in the back, big star. Okay. The Tower, right, number 16, the Tower of Destruction, middle card. So this is the heart of this 3-card reading on this. The Tower of Destruction. And the message with this particular version of the Tower is that it's not Alice's fault. Yeah, there's Alice there. She's kind of pulled the tablecloth off and all the fireworks are going there. But as I look at this, I just see bombs. I see the skylight in not a very positive way at all. And maybe that's how change is going to come. You know, I think someone's going to actually have to enforce change to happen in Afghanistan. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. Okay. Oh, this is more positive though, right? Number 0, the Fool, the Fool's Journey. So there is a new journey happening in terms of the future of women in Afghanistan. I don't feel things are very safe there, not at all. Probably not for anybody, actually, because even if you're a musician, you know, whether you're a woman or a man, if you're a musician, you can get in big trouble because the Taliban like it the way they like it. Crazy situation there, but it looks like, I don't want to just blindly say a positive outcome because there's nothing positive about what's happening there at the moment, but this is definitely, from what I've seen here, going to force some change, which the leaders of the Taliban, the Afghani people, might not actually want en masse, but it's going to be positive, you know. All these countries living under medieval kind of rulings at the moment are going to have to change, you know, because they've got to fit into the world as it is, actually, as it works, yeah. Hey, so with that is quite a big subject. That Jamie Seeker dated a man who escaped Afghanistan when he was a child. You need to check in on him. Wow, yeah, give him a shout, see what happens there, yeah. This is the thing, you see, now the way the world is the way it is, and we've got the internet and we've got people joining hands all around the world, it's much harder for ruling politicians and ruling militias to turn people against each other. You know, this came up when Biden was bombing Syria earlier this year. There is a friend of this channel who lives in Syria. I haven't seen her actually online for a little while, but yeah, she lives in Syria, and it just got me thinking, you know, what if she got bombed? How would that feel? And I get the military thing. I've been in the Air Force, you know, I really have, and I understand the need for that kind of thing to happen, and I understand why it happens. But it just made me think, what would happen to our personal friends, you know? Who knows? Because we are, you know, we're linking up around the world and we have these personal friendships in all sorts of places where we never used to have them. For example, I've got many American friends since I've been doing YouTube. And I met quite a few American friends through Facebook and Instagram in years gone by as well. But before the internet, I didn't really know anyone in America or Canada. So, you know, that's how far the internet can reach. And the world is moving slowly towards things being better, you know. It really is, just it's moving too slowly. That's my take on it. Then I go to there we go, S. I'm looking for S. Hi Garth, by the way. Yeah, there is an audio issue. There seems to be a real bad audio issue at the moment. Don't know whether it's StreamYard or what, but yeah, there really does seem to be an audio issue. Let's see what I can do about that. Right. What about that? No. This is weird. I'm sitting in exactly the same place as usual, with the same equipment as usual, and the audio is maxing out all the time, so it's probably getting distorted. Okay, S, when will I get in a relationship? 4 weeks, right? You're going to meet someone in 4 weeks. It's going to take something like 11 months for it to really get serious, though, okay? It's not getting serious for quite a while, but you're going to meet someone in about 4 weeks. And you're not going to be sure of this person straight away, but something is going to, something is going to happen between you guys. About 4 weeks, so sort of mid-September, late September, sometime around there. Okay. So, Linda, another question, but the dream I had of 2 Russians in uniforms, long white grey coats, one man, one woman, saw them Russian, ballet dancing, but they were mailing letters from USA Post Office. Most interesting, yeah. Well, I'm not sure quite how to interpret that, actually. But it certainly speaks to the idea of people around the world getting closer to each other, and particularly when there's a mailbox involved, that's a message that's spreading, So they were spreading a message somehow. Now, I don't see, Russian soldiers taking over the USA, not by a very long way. I don't think that's ever going to happen, actually. But, more and more people are coming together. More and more things are working as one. And see, it's the superpowers of the world. If you think of the USA and Russia, you've got the 2 biggest superpowers there. Yeah, Britain was a superpower in Victorian times, but only because we sort of took over India and things like that we really shouldn't have done. But USA and Russia are 2 really vastly big countries. Of course, China is vast as well. Okay. Back to the whole readings thing. Hi, Rupali. Hi, Linky Kong Kong. Let's go to Linky Kong Kong. Nice to meet you, Linky. Right. Send people lots of links to my channel, please, if you're that linky. Hello, sir. Can you ask Spirit when will me and Tav get together? Okay. Let's see. Well, the number 10 comes into it. I tend to get numbers from pulling tarot cards because that's how I work with Rosalie, who's my guide when I'm doing this. And we've got the 10 of Cups. And I'm showing this card particularly, right, because it looks pretty good to me, all right? This is the happy ever after card. The Cups represent what you long for and you desire. And there they all are, racked up on the wall in a nice straight line. And that looks a really happy scene there. Lots of pink higher heart chakra colour in the clouds as well. But the clouds are slanted, so it's not totally easy, you have to have a plan. 1 month, though, is what's coming to me. Or I'm not sure where the number 10 comes in. About 1 month. What is it now? It is the 15th of August. Sometime around the 10th of September, Linky. Right? That's pretty close. This is good. We've had kind of closeness going on with these things. Wow, right. Luke Hart, hi to you. Someone else I haven't met before. Great to have you with us, Luke. Sorry, please hit the old subscribe button because there are more readings coming all the time. And I'm just going to murder whoever is in charge of sound so we can have good sound again in future ones. Right, is there a girl in my future that's going to get with me before 2022? That is a pendulum question, if ever I saw one. There is someone who likes you, before I even ask the pendulum, right? There's a girl in your future who likes you a lot, right? So, I don't think you're going to have to try too hard for this. But let's ask, is she going to get with you before 2022? Pendulum's just standing still at the moment. It's giving me a no at this point, but it's hardly a no at all. There's very, very little energy behind that no. So is it going to be early 2022, please? Yeah, early 2022, okay? That's going to be a love interest, early 2022. And I know that's quite a while to wait, but, wow, sadly that's just the way it is. It takes time for people to get together. It really does. Okay. Let's do some scrolling, see what we find. Jamie Sigler is going on a drive across the USA with a friend in a couple of weeks. How will that go? I'm a little worried because of COVID. Right, right, this video is going to get demonetized, but there's no way out of it. I'm not going to not talk about COVID. I'm not going to not talk about Afghanistan. The monetization's already gone for this one. Let's not worry about that. It's already okay. Right. So with that in mind, I'm going to say something that I tend to hold back from saying. Right. fear is being used to control people in a big way at the moment. Now, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I've been vaxxed twice. I wear a mask when I go out. I follow all these things. Really, I do. Just in case I've kind of got this wrong. But actually, I think COVID really is a thing. I don't doubt it. I've met people who've either had it themselves, or they've known people who've had it, or they've maybe lost family members who've had it. So I'm not saying COVID isn't real. Absolutely not. It is totally a real thing, and we've all got to be careful. But the fear really is being used to control us at the present time. Just because governments will always use fear to control people. It's how they roll. It's what they do. So guys, go along with all the precautions, for goodness sake. I don't want to lose any of you. Too valuable to me. You really are. You're all friends. Even the new people who've just come along on this show. It's really good to know you, and I regard you all very seriously as friends. So do be very careful with yourselves and with your lives and with your health. But try not to fall into the fear thing, okay? Whenever there's any fear, governments will always use it to try and turn people against each other, or just to sort of, push their own agenda, whatever that agenda is. A big example of that would be the way Amazon has grown since the pandemic actually started happening, and people really knew about it and wanted to stop going physically shopping. Amazon has just grown and grown and grown, and the people who work for Amazon can't even take a bathroom break. They're being worked like dogs. It scares me. I have used Amazon. I've actually just cancelled my Prime membership because a thing came up the other day. Amazon are now putting what they call Zen booths in their big warehouses. And there's a picture of this vast warehouse the size of a European cathedral. And there's a thing in it the size of a phone box, and they can go in there, and there's a plant and there's a computer with some nice sort of things on there to focus on to try and get people, calmed down and everything. And it's an absolute drop in the ocean compared to the amount of mental anguish and distress that Amazon employees go through. Absolutely shocking. Right. So yeah, I'm worried a little because of COVID too, Jane. But let's focus in on your trip at this point. Okay. Well, here's a card a lot of people who are asking love questions in the chat at the moment would probably like, but it's come up for this one, Jane. It's number 6. It's the lovers. And you're not asking about love particularly here, but I am going to say that you guys are going to be, you're going to meet up with the people you want to meet up with. That's looking really sweet, actually. So don't worry too much, okay? Next one out. On that same question, 8 of Cups, alright, so we've got the element of water here, so, smooth flowing, that's how I see it. The 8 of Cups is a tricky one, but it's the tricky stuff you go through, essentially in your mind, before you come out pretty well at the outcome you desire. So that's the heart of the matter. We'll do a third one here. Okay, 4 of Pentacles. Jane, this sort of reminds me of the situation you're in at the moment, and the situation that a hell of a lot of the world is in right now. We're all hiding away in our teapot, and we're missing that biscuit. We've had one bite out of it, and we've had to go and hide in the teapot. So be ready to come out of the teapot and take your bite of the biscuit, Jane. Looks like it's going to go okay to me, right? But on a psychic level, don't put it off, whatever you do. A couple of weeks, things should be pretty good, okay? But as we get closer in towards the festive season, goodness knows what's going to happen. Commonly, when there's bad news, it gets announced late September, maybe early October, because they don't want to take money away from the holiday industry, which is sending all their money, in taxes to the government. This happened in 2008 when we had the credit crunch, when all the markets crashed, the Bear Stearns thing and all of that, and they said nothing about it. They knew about it months before, but they said nothing about it in UK until the very day that the schools went back after the summer vacation. They have a 6-week vacation break in UK, and it was the day the schools went back. They announced the credit crunch. So right up to the day before, people have been paying out huge amounts of money for transport and travel and to make their holidays go well. They didn't, we just weren't told. We just weren't told because the powers that be wanted us to spend our money. So I don't think they're going to tighten things up until, kind of late September, early October. I think it's going to be okay, Jane. I certainly wish you well with that. But I am saying, do it in a couple of weeks because it's looking pretty good, actually. Just don't put it off, whatever you do. Okay? Irene, when will I get a job interview, please? This is great. I keep meeting people I don't seem to have met before. And Irene, if I have met you before, I'm really sorry that I don't remember. But my head is like a sieve. I have 2,000 subscribers. There's not usually more than about 30 people on this at any one time. But maybe there's 2,000 of you cycling somehow, going around from one to the next. So anyway, great to have you with us, Irene. Okay, I've got a figure of 8. Is that months or weeks? 8 weeks. 8 weeks, right? You'll get a job interview in 8 weeks. Now, let's put a card for you on that one. See what we. All right, okay. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so there's abundance there, right? But you really need to be grounded within yourself, Irene. It's really important to do that, okay? It's so easy to go to a job interview and just kind of, get in a panic and get nervous and say the wrong thing. And I know this job interview means a lot to you, actually. But it's going to be sort of taking you out of the box a bit, Irene. The job that's coming up for you, it's something that uses skills you've used before, but it's in a different way and it's at a higher level than you've used those skills before. So it is going to be quite a nervous one, all right? So ground yourself as much as possible. Just kind of think, you belong on the earth. And whenever I'm nervous about a thing like that, I always tell myself the night before, well, they can't kill me. This time tomorrow I will be here going back to bed. They can't kill me. So they can't kill you, Irene. All right, and we're looking at around about 8 weeks' time. All right, so there we go. I'm laying up lots of stuff for September at the moment. Let's go to Julie. Here we go. And the energy has been wild this year. Does my financial ability to retire still look good for September? Wow, right. I believe it does, Julie. Okay, I seriously believe that it does. Now, I'm aware, right? I'm aware that you're concerned about this for a reason, because I believe that money is dwindling. In fact, I think you've actually said that to me before, so I'm not going to claim that as a psychic thing. But the card I've got for you on that one, Julie, is this one. It's the 3 of Wands. And there's you, it's the White Rabbit, looking at your watch, wondering when your ship's going to come in. Your ship is coming in, okay? I know this is very tight. We're actually halfway through August now, because it's like halfway through the 15th of August, is it not? So we're halfway through August. But yeah, it looks pretty good to me, that, this is a very positive card. The only thing is it's the 3 of Wands. So it shows not a lot that's happening yet, but it shows that sure as hell things are going to happen. So that looks positive to me. Let's do a pendulum. Let's call on the pendulum at this point as well, Julie, and just get a straight yes or no to your question. Does Julie's financial ability to retire still look good for September? Spirit of the pendulum. Yeah, that's giving me a yes. One day I'm going to get an overhead camera so you can see that it's actually doing circles and not back and forth or the other way. But this is doing a nice circle, a nice big clockwise circle. So I'm saying yes, Julie. Alright, that looks positive on every front there. Try not to worry about it, okay? Try not to worry about it. Let's go to Beverly. Beverly, nice to have you with us. And Beverly, I'm so sorry you obviously sort of missed me on Friday, and I missed you too. Well, I missed Stephen as well. I missed everybody because, it's always good to connect. Yeah, I look forward to it. I live miles from anywhere. You guys are my most regular friends, believe it or not, even though most of you are across the pond, and some of you are even further afield. There's someone from Denmark last time, it was last Wednesday. Okay, Will Beverly find a place in Oregon by November 1st this year? It's giving me a circle, Beverly. It's giving me a circle, and it's looking positive. Okay, that's a yes from the pendulum, absolutely for sure. So we all wish you well with that, Beverly, because you send us a lot of love and a lot of positive spiritual kind of energy on the group here. So thanks for all you do, Beverly. Best of luck with that. But the pendulum says yes. Super sticker from Hey Hey, thanks so much. StreamYard is being really, really weird tonight. I really don't. StreamYard does this sometimes. Sometimes the light goes, sometimes the sound goes, and God, I need a magnifying glass to see the super stickers because they're hardly showing up at all. So if you've super chatted me and I haven't noticed, I'm very sorry, but I am very, very grateful, guys. Other ways to support the channel, paypal.me/Twig Brother, donations always welcome there. Also coffee.com/Twig, where there are various pictures of what goes on in my life and my garden and the cats and stuff. And if you use coffee.com, the donation goes straight through to PayPal. Coffee don't take a cut. Of course, YouTube do take a cut. They like nothing better than taking a cut. And they take a whacking 30% as well. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But right, there's 2 more support options there. And if you'd like a private reading, please hit me up at 35amd83@gmail.com. That is scrolling across your screen at this very moment too, and it will be throughout the video. And all those links are down there in the description. And while you're down there, why not leave me a comment? If you guys are watching the upload, which is available as soon as the live stream finishes, then please drop me a comment on there. Introduce yourself, or just let me know what you think. It's always good. Hey, tells her family about this channel, but they never showed. Not to worry, but happy for all the new people. Me too, yeah, it's a happy space. I would love the channel to grow more than it has, but it's hit an impasse at the moment, okay? We hit 2,050 subscribers weeks ago, and it went up to like 2,058, something like that. And it was down to 2,049 just before I started. YouTube just takes subscribers off. So if you are subscribed, please check to make sure you're still subscribed. That would be real nice. Okay. Rupali. Does Jatin think of reaching out to me? I said his name right. His intentions towards me. Okay. First of all, does he think of you, Rupali? Let us find out. Yes, he does, but he's got other stuff on his mind as well, Rupali, but this is a big circle, so you're definitely one of the main things that are on Jatin's mind at the moment. Let's do a card for you as well. Okay, 4 of Swords. Right, he's kind of sleeping on the you part of things at the moment. Right, he's taking his time. He's got a lot of pressures on, and he's not really sure what to do. He's got so much going on that he's really got to take a rest from it. Okay, but things will come round. Jatin is not the sort of person who stays still forever. Okay, so yes, he does, and he has good intentions towards you as well. I'm really sure of that. Okay, let's go to Diddy Kong. Can you give me a description of girl body and hair that will get with me? Well, I'll try. I don't think she's going to be the slimmest girl in the world, put it this way. She'll be beautiful to you, right, but she might not be beautiful to everybody else, to be quite honest. And sort of mousy brown hair, okay? But she seems a real nice character, very spiritual character, alright? And if you're drawn to this, I guess you believe in spiritual things, and you can't want anything better than a good spiritual partner where it's spiritually good between you. And when I say spiritual in this respect, I don't just mean in terms of God and the out there universe. So I mean, good spirit, good heart, happy to be together, looks happy for you. It really does. So good luck with that, Diddy Coleman. Thank you for your question. Okay. Arthur is here. I'm doing pretty good. Oh no, you're asking Lukta. Well, I hope Lukta's doing pretty good. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good anyway, because I'm just kind of like that. Shrek, when will Sajat and I meet? Just check my phone a second because it just flashed. Oh, I don't want to watch that yet. It's advertised. There's someone I watch who mends cars, and she's just put a video up. Real good car mechanic, and she has just put a video up. But I will watch that later. I look forward to that. It'll help me fall asleep later on. She's got a real good old car from the 1970s. It's called Hooked on Classics, if you want to watch it. Right. When will Sergio and I meet? Well, I'm getting right. It's within 12 months, okay? But I feel like you're thinking, Shrek, that it's never going to happen, right? It is definitely going to happen. There's an opportunity to meet up in about 6 weeks, Shrek, and that seems very, very close. It seems like it's too close to be able to do anything positive about it at this closeness. All right, but you know, you're going to get an opportunity in about 6 weeks. Try to make it happen, Shrek. Okay? Now, I also feel that as you're thinking about this, at the moment, you're thinking about something that happened in the past that didn't do either of you any good, and you're pretty concerned that because things weren't good in the past, things aren't going to be good now, and things aren't going to be good going forward. But you don't know that. That's just, you know, it's human nature. This is, you know, we learn from things that happen in the past. Unfortunate that we're so strongly orientated in that direction, because the future is a completely blank page. So if you get a chance to meet up in just a few weeks' time, go for it. Okay, go for it. That's all I can say. Because if you don't, it's looking like 12 months to me, which is got much longer than you want it to be, I'm sure. So with that, scroll down the comments here. StreamYard is super weird tonight. StreamYard is really weird. Wow. It's my favourite streaming platform. It's less weird than all the other streaming platforms for sure. Yukta. I'm very well, thanks. Yeah, I thought I was going to a question there. I suppose there is a question. I'm very well, thanks, Yukta. I hope you are too. Now, when that happens, when someone hasn't asked a question but I accidentally put them up on the screen, there is always a reason for that. So I'm going to pull you a card, Yukta. Look, alright, this is like spiritual progress, big start. It is number 2, major arcana, the High Priestess. And Alice is you, right? And the Queen is sitting, well, the High Priestess, sorry, is sitting in the window there. Alice is wondering if she can get in, and yes, she can. There's a journey for you, Yukta. You're not going to be able to see where you're actually going on that journey as you look at things at the moment, but go ahead without fear as much as you can. Okay, really try and put fear to one side and go forward. You've earned the right to go forward and for better things to come to you, Yukta. Alright, I'm not going to say thanks for your question because you didn't ask one, but there you go, you got an answer anyway. That's how it goes sometimes. Jane, that sounds lovely. Last night a bunch of us light rovers sat on the moon and sent healing vibes to Earth. We lit Earth up. Wonderful. That's the kind of thing that we all need to be doing, all right? We spend so much time looking out there into the universe, and so much of our spiritual work, in fact, I would say all of it at one level or another, is about grounding ourselves and drawing down the higher energies from the higher universe, channeling that into the goddess energy. It's an absolutely beautiful flow. But sometimes we do need to send healing to our own planet, you know. Our own planet so needs healing. So, you know, whatever you're doing spiritually, whenever you're in meditation, spend some time sending something positive to Earth, okay? Because Earth really needs it. Even though this is where we live, we can visualize our way out there, because we all are all eternal beings. Everyone's life is a flash of light in this eternal universe. Okay. Well, Don, thank you very, very much for that super chat. Will Mother ever come back to contact or show interest? I'm going to go 2 ways on that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is a pendulum, then I'm going to do a card for you, Don. Okay. Will Manu ever come back or contact, show interest? Right. It's a yes, my psychic senses are telling me that Manu will show interest by contacting you. Okay, that's the first to know about it. I think it's a little way off yet. Actually, I think it's. I feel like it's going to be before what we call Christmas in the Northern Hemisphere. You know, sort of before the end of December, basically, before we get into 2022. But it's still quite a way off yet, so probably not right until our winter time. Manu, you see, I'll turn over a card. I've got the Eight of Swords. Manu feels tied down. Manu could walk away from this situation, but Manu is the one who's got to work that out. You can only work this one out yourself, guys. It's there's two choices. You can either stay kind of tied to one of the swords, right, and the swords are all about thoughts and decisions and really big kind of mental stuff that you've got to really work through in your mind and have dreams about and all sorts, okay? You can either stay there or you can walk away, all right? Even though Alice is all tied up and blindfolded, she could easily get free of this whole situation. But she's waiting, at this moment, she's waiting for someone to just kind of make the difference, all right? Now, Manu is probably waiting for you to make the difference, to act on. And if you can't make the difference, don't worry about it, because sooner or later, Manu is actually going to wriggle free of those bonds, and Manu's life is going to be an ongoing thing, okay? Sharon, I'm going to sign off. The sound is too hard to follow. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Honestly, it's all the same equipment as usual. So annoying when this happens, really. Alright, Tom, that's very kind of you. Listen, guys, don't worry too much, okay? I do quite well on private readings. I'm not, really destitute. The super chats help a hell of a lot. I get a nice check from Google at the end of the month, nice bit of money in the bank, and it really does help. And I can see I'm going to have to buy yet another damn microphone, which is really annoying. I spend so much on cameras and microphones, and some of them don't last 5 minutes. This is a road, it should be a good one. But guys, Ragdoll, and none of you, please, none of you worry if you can't send in money. It's the main reason that I'm monetized is that I think YouTube might push my videos a bit harder and I might get a slightly bigger audience that way. Doesn't seem to be working out that way, but what you're going to do about it? Please don't worry, okay? And, never send cash if money is tight. Please, I really don't want to do that to you guys. If you'd like a private reading though, please get in touch. They do cost some things, like $42 for half an hour, $70 for an hour, but I always try my very best to make it worth it for you. And a lot of people do give me really strong positive feedback on that. Okay. Right, Vivian asking, Andy, next video, please show us a picture of your guide. Yeah, I must do that actually. I've got to shuffle things around a bit in the background because I want her hanging up there, actually. Ron, Unconditional Love is with us. Hi to you, Ron. Thanks so much for coming in. Great to have you with us. Great to have you with us. I see Aaron's son in the shape of Lisa is here. Kat May is here as well. Great to have you too. Okay. You're in the background listening, Lisa, for a while. But you are here. This is great. Peace to everyone. Of course, a lot of people have to work Sundays. No getting away from that. And this is just kind of, it's about 20 minutes to the hour of 4 p.m. Central USA time at the moment. I'm Mountain time. But it's 20 minutes to 10 p.m. here in the UK. Look, guys, I have got American root beer. It may be French root beer, actually, because it says root beer, and then if you turn it around, it says Racinette. And this is made under license in France, but I'm assuming it's made in France under license from a United States company, because it actually tastes like authentic root beer. I tasted 2 other ones this week, and I regretted it. They were horrible. Really horrible. They just, what they do is they get a British drink called sarsaparilla, and they do something to it, and it still tastes like sarsaparilla, but they write root beer on. This is root beer. And I know real root beer, because I got sick from drinking too much of it in Canada in 1979. Garther is with us. Someone has very kindly just sent me a $10 super chat. Really appreciate appreciate that. Do ask a question if you want to, friend. But here we go. Oh, in fact, it's Lisa. Right, thank you so much, Lisa. Garth, will I pass my exams, Andy? Thank you so much. Okay. Drawn to this pendulum a lot in this session, actually. So let's ask the spirit of the pendulum. Will I pass my exams, Andy? Thank you so much. Ooh, well, I'm getting a D shape, right? That is a yes, but it's going to be like, it looks to me like you're not going to get a massively high grade as things stand. So do be prepared to put a lot more work in if you possibly can, Garth. And as I say that, my guides are telling me that you're working pretty damn hard anyway, because this is very important to you. I realise that I've turned over a card. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here. Alright, sort of over-prepared is the Knight of Pentacles, and that's really what you need to be, okay? Because it's a yes, but it was kind of it started off as a yes and no, and then it turned into a yes. So it's a good outcome, alright, but try and put as much into it as you can, okay? Because it's going to be a thing for the rest of your life. Wild Heart, Root Beer Float, Yerma, I like the sound of that. I don't have any ice cream at the moment, but I might try that. I might get some ice cream, see what I can do, actually. That sounds really fantastic. But no, sadly, I got put in hospital in Toronto in 1979 because I drank about half a gallon of rooty root beer because I was just fresh from UK and I loved it so much. Mad. Anyway, that's enough of that. Here you go. Yogta is asking for a brief soulmate reading. Okay, let's see what comes of this. Just re-dehydrating myself with root beer there. Okay. For this one, thanks. Someone has just bought me a coffee on coffee.com. Thank you very much, whoever you are. Much appreciated. For this, Yogta, I'm going to use Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. It's a very loved up kind of deck, you know, and it says a lot about the soul level connections between people. Right. Okay. Well, I'll do more than one card. I'll do 3 of these cards for you, Yogta, but this is the first one. It says, Soul Family, calling your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. So isn't that nice? You're not going to be alone forever, that's for sure. There are 2 soulmates very definitely coming together. And it actually says Soul Family, couldn't be much more clear. Higher Heart Pink all over this card as well. And some Purple of Healing. Okay, now that tells us that there's a bit of a journey for you to go on to make this happen. But let's focus on your soulmate, okay? Right. At this moment, okay, your soulmate at the moment is having a bit of a wavering of some kind. What we've got here is a card that says Protection, Call Back Your Power, Cut the Cords, Soul Retrieval, okay? Well, that's telling me that is actually going on with your soulmate at the moment. But, you know, you can follow that same advice, Yogta, okay? You can call your power back. You can cut the cords with anything that you feel is really holding you back, because a soulmate level relationship is just about the most important thing you'll ever have in your life. And soul retrieval, okay, this is another important thing. Soul retrieval. Keep holding your own soul. I feel like your soulmate's kind of holding back at the moment. All right, but I'm not saying you should hold back either, but really hold on to your soul, hang on to your heartstrings, as Welsh women very often say, actually. Probably other people say it, but there we go. Hang on to your soul. The important thing about that is, right, if you get up close with your creator, right, with the universe that gave you life, then you find that your goal of finding a good situation with your soulmate is as important to the creator as it is to you, because this is what you know, both of you were put on the earth with the idea of coming together as soulmates. So get right up as close as you can with your creator, and all should be well. Last of the 3 cards, this Warrior Woman. Alright, this one reminds me an awful lot of the Ace of Swords. So it's like air sign energy, something's blowing in the wind. And Warrior Woman says, have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, and I was asking my guides for a second, is this you or is this your soulmate? And it's actually both of you. Alright, you need to both be able to answer your deepest calling, because those callings don't go away. They play on your mind, they prey on your mind if you don't actually work through what you need to work through to answer that calling. To me, it feels like you will answer that calling together. That is pretty well what it's about. Let me see now. Yukta says, I wonder what is holding back. But I trust the universe. Great. I believe good things will come to me. Yeah, I do as well, actually. All of those three cards were very, very positive indeed. It sort of points a little bit towards why things aren't working out as you'd like them to. But basically the energy there was very fluid, very fluent, and I can't see any sort of big blockages. It's just people are people, you know. People are complicated, and they're forever working on different aspects of themselves as they go along through life. Okay. Sophia asks, and the only messages from Spirit. Hi, Sophia, by the way. Thanks for joining us. My morale is down after getting COVID and doing everything to be careful. Sure. Yeah. Because as things stand, it looks like however well we've been careful, there are new variants and stuff, and it leaves us all very low. It really does, you know, it really does. But, okay. What I feel, Sophia, as I, you know, ask my guides to connect in with your guides, is that you've been working very hard to try and keep your morale up, and you have actually been calling out to the angels in this respect as well. Right, you've really been putting out to the angels. And this is wonderful, because this, you see, means that your faith in spirit and everything to do with the divine realms is actually intact and strong. And that is where the upliftment is most likely to come from going forward. This isn't too bad, okay? Don't get too worried about this time. I hope you know, I hope you'll find some upliftment, if not from this reading, from somewhere out there, because you deserve to be lifted up a bit. That said, it's no bad thing to go inside yourself a bit at the moment. Right, if I pulled a card for you, I'd say it was the Hermit card. Oh, that root beer. Right, so yeah, don't be afraid to go inside yourself. The problem really, I'm being told, is just that you've wanted this for so long. There's something you've wanted for so long, and then COVID happened and it just kind of changed the world for you. Particularly because, you know, obviously you caught it and you've gone through it, and I've been lucky enough not to have that experience myself. But I know some of us on the chat have actually had COVID, and when it's something like that seems life and death until you actually come out of it, it like flicks a switch in your mind and it makes you think, oh yeah, everything's changed now. There is a process of getting back to normal, and it is actually going on, right? You will be back in your rightful place before long at all. That's what I'm being told. Can we get a time? Spirit to cage you about times. 2 months. The voice says 2 months, okay, so that's quite a while. Try and be as cheerful as you can, okay, Sophia. There is a lot going on in astrology with the Sun at the moment squaring off to Jupiter, and Mercury and Saturn are being weird. But when Uranus goes retrograde on Thursday the 19th, that's really quite a positive retrograde. That's when you can really kind of, you know, your ego and your happiness and your health can get its boots on, and you can start feeling better. So we're only just a little bit further away from that than you would like to be. It's not going to be long till it comes right for you, Sophia. Hope that helps you, my friend. But your spirit guides are there, and they are seriously on the case in a big way. Alright, they're working with you. Ask the angels, okay, and visualize and believe that the angels are going to be with you and are going to be wanting to help you. Okay, that's what they're all about, but you've got to ask them, Jane. Alright, sorry to whoever that was. Alright, moves on so quickly. Right, Jane the Seeker just looked at the Queen's health. You dreamt that she died last night, and it turns out she is in hospital. I didn't know that, Jane. I really didn't know that. And wow, what a thing. You know, I think she's like 95 at the moment. And I'm no loyalist at all. I sort of hate everything they stand for. But she's been the Queen since 1952, and I was born in 1963. So she's always been there. It's going to be so weird when she goes, you know. And with any human being, you know, always got to send out good vibes for a healthy recovery. Really. Yeah. Hey, almost my whole family already got COVID about 3 months ago. Everyone has just mild symptoms, and we're okay. Even my 2-month-old cousin and grandma. There is something actually to hang on to, guys. All right, you know, doom and gloom. COVID, terrible thing, doesn't kill everyone, not by a long way. Hell of a lot of people end up being okay, even when they've actually had it and actually been through it. Really important to hang on to that, guys. Okay, because it's what I was talking about at the top of the show, really. It is a real thing, and you've got to take precautions. But, you know, people die of flu, the influenza. You don't see the whole world shutting down because of influenza, but it is really, really horrible, and it really does kill people. I haven't had flu for donkey's years, because I'm lucky. I live miles and miles away from the action. I don't get that much face-to-face contact with people in everyday life. And I haven't really had it since my kids were in school and they would bring it home with them. But, you know, COVID is something different, but we don't all get it, and we do not all die of it. Got to hang on to that. Getting close to the end of the show at this point, guys, okay? Because of this sound issue, I'm not going to try and push it past 60 minutes, and we're on 51 already. So, hey, Queen of Pentacles for you. Right, this is your card for next week. Reach out and take what you want, Holly. You've earned it. That's really the message of this. Pentacles all about abundance, also about grounding, okay? So be as grounded as you can, for sure. But the overwhelming message that came to me is reach out and take it. There's something you want, Holly. It's not just going to hand itself to you. You're going to have to reach out and take it. Even though you've earned it, you've got to go that last half mile, or put that last bit of effort in anyway, to actually make it happen, to actually make it work. All right? And now, I've already said this about 5 times, but I'll say it again. Uranus retrograde on the 19th, which is Thursday. And conditions get a hell of a lot better in terms of people getting the right things that they deserve and everything, okay? But you do deserve what you're looking for, so make this week all about reaching out and taking it. Hey, Twina, nice to have you with us. Hi, Sam. Nice to have you with us too. Wow. Okay. Jackie Waters was forced to retreat from life and benefited greatly. That's a good message. Let's all just think about that a minute, yeah? Sometimes it is really good to step back out of your life. Just kind of be in yourself, be in your place, in your space, whatever, really. But give yourself some time. So important to do that. Okay. Kat is telling us back in March your daughter tested positive for COVID, but no one else in the house got it. Was that a false positive, or did she really have it? Let's ask the pendulum. Okay, let's go with this one. This pendulum is busy on this show. Did she really have it? Still twirling. Give it a second. Yeah, she did really have it, but in a very, very small way. The pendulum was hardly moving, Kat, but I got a circle there. Okay. Ernie, you've been waiting patiently, my friend. Thank you for waiting patiently. Sorry it takes so long, but once I get into a message, I don't like to just suddenly break it off if I can possibly help it, okay? There's a job coming for me before September. Yes, I believe it is, and I believe it's a good job. We've got the 7 of Pentacles here, loads and loads of abundance. The only thing is, you're going to have to sort of take some steps to be ready for it, because it's kind of, you see the way this tree is blooming, and then you look at the tree trunk, it's a tiny tree trunk. Okay, so that tree trunk needs to fatten up to support the tree. But we'll do a pendulum for you as well, then, and just get a yes or no on that one. Is the job coming before September? Well, it's not giving me a no, but it's hardly moving, alright? Is the job coming early October, please? Straight into a circle. Early in October, Ernie. Right, it's not going to be before the end of September as far as I can see. Pendulum didn't want to say no about September, but it's not September. It's the way it is. Good luck with that, my friend, and thank you again for your patience waiting for that. Okay, guys, we're into the last 5 minutes or so of the show. If you want to ask a question, please go for it at this point. If I've been not noticing your question or whatever, please type it in again at this point, and I'll try and get to you. But I'm going to end this show after 60 minutes because apparently the sound is very bad. I'll have to listen back to it and see. But I'm damn annoyed about that. There's no real reason why the sound should be bad, but laptops, microphones, cameras, who knows, craziness everywhere. Okay. Lupita, here we go. Hi to you, Lupita, thanks for joining us. Is my FMLA going to be granted? Okay. Right, yes it is, okay, but I do a psychic thing as well as the pendulum. Yes it is, you're going to have to really be protective of it, okay? I don't really know exactly what's going on with that, and it's not something that's familiar to me, so I can't kind of just automatically say one way or the other. But it's a yes, it's going to be granted, I can say that, but somehow you've got to kind of be protective about it, okay? Do everything you can to make it happen, and look out for anyone who might be trying to stop it happening as well, which is a thing which happens, really. Thank you, Jane. I will hold the kiddies, yes, I certainly will. I was hoping they'd be in tonight, actually. It's howling with wind outside and it's getting colder. I think they'll be living in here again very soon. They just live in my bedroom because there's a bed and a chair. I've got a nice chair that I like to sit in. In fact, I'll show you my chair because I'm quite proud of it. Look. I can hardly see it, but it's like a sort of clamshell chair. I really like it, and the cats absolutely love it, so I'm sure they will be in here again soon. Lisa has kindly put this up because I've sort of forgotten to mention it. If you'd like a personal reading, 35amd83@gmail.com, or an astro birth chart, an astrological birth chart. That is, you get a chart with a picture of where all the planets were at the time of your birth and what houses they were in, and then you get a description of every planet. You can get them free from any of the big astrology websites. I recommend Cafe Astrology is a good one, but all the big websites will do them. But mine go very, very much deeper. You won't get ones like the ones I do without paying, and I get really great feedback from them. So if you'd like an astro birth chart, please email me at 35amd83@gmail.com. It's scrolling across your screen all the way through the show as well, actually. And I'll be damn glad to hear from you. I really will. Lupita sent me a super sticker. Thank you very much, Lupita. Big thanks to everyone who's contributed and donated and sent stickers. It means a big, big lot to me, especially because I think I'm going to have to buy another microphone pretty soon. But maybe it's just StreamYard playing up. StreamYard does that sometimes. Okay. Trainer feels like someone is touching her neck every now and then. Oh, spirit are coming in close. But spirit are certainly coming in close. And Lisa has kindly pointed that one out as well. If you'd like to donate at coffee.com/twig or paypal.me/twigbrother, please do so. Those two are great. They don't take much of a cut at all. Coffee don't take a cut. PayPal take a little cut. YouTube just like slash a third straight off it. But hey, what kind of world would we be in without YouTube at the moment? I think YouTube's a pretty good thing, really. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here, would I? Anyway, with that, guys, let me do a card for, oh no, actually, Trainer has a big question. Trainer has a big question. And the chat moved. Where's Trainer's big question? Let me find Trainer's big question before the internet stops. Okay, that is a big question. Is there a prankster spirit around me? I'm feeling yes, but I'm feeling it's okay at the same time. It's not hostile at all, okay, trainer? It's not going to try to do you any harm or anything like that. It's someone who's been very disappointed in love, actually, who is just kind of restless, a restless spirit hanging around, okay? It's a feminine energy. It doesn't want any trouble. See, she didn't achieve what she feels she should have achieved on this earth, okay? And I'm sending out to her that I'm really sorry for her that that's been the case, actually. Because she deserved a lot better than she got to this lady. But she's certainly not going to give you any trouble, trainer, okay? As for a prankster, not exactly a prankster, just a kind of an unhappy energy. But if you send her all the love energy you can, trainer, it's gonna be okay, you know. It's gonna be okay anyway, but it's gonna be even more okay if you send that positive energy out. Early James, is there a spirit that touched me on my foot? Yes, I believe so, but don't let it wear you, Ernie, okay? Spirit are around us all the time. They step back because it's our life now. We've got to live it on our own terms in our own way. But they're always with us. I feel it was actually a family member, Ernie. Female energy, again, grandmother type of generation. That's what I'm picking up. Trainer says she doesn't, always moves. She doesn't feel bad. Yeah, she's not a bad soul at all. Send her love, you know, and sort of in your meditations, in your thoughts, just kind of let her know that, you know, she'll get another incarnation and all the wonderful things she craves will actually happen. But sadly, at this point in time, it's not really the time for her to be incarnated on Earth in a physical body. But she will reincarnate, so do let her know that. Okay, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to squeeze those kitties even more because I love squeezing my kitties. Tinkerbell, she got in a fight and she's got a great big strip of fur missing off her head at the moment. It's going back a bit to her today. But, yeah, things are improving. Things are always improving, you know. Whatever goes wrong in life can be healed. In your meditations, always try and send some healing out there into the world, because that energy will find its goal. Energy always finds its goal. And with that, guys, I am going to Tulu. I'm going to do Tulu's question, right? Because hasn't gone bad yet, but I know the sound is terrible on this show, right? Is there anything is safe between now and I in this lifetime, Tulu? Should I just shut the door? Frankly, no. 5 of Cups. Okay? Alright, and everything looks all over the place and spilled and in a mess. Right, but 5 of Cups, 3 cups have spilled. There are still 2 cups down there at ground level that Alice isn't even noticing. Try and find the positives, Tulu. Alright, don't just give up on it, my friend. Okay? So anyway, to everyone, to all the moderators and to all of you guys who've made this show what it is, and we have had a show despite the microphone weirdness, thanks so very much. I will be here again on Wednesday. Maybe there'll be an uploaded video before then, but I've got to do some pretty serious work this week as well. So maybe I won't see you again till Wednesday. Meanwhile, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out all the other videos on the channel. They're coming up all the time. I've put about 5 or 6 videos up in the last week. 60-second tarot is going to be there every day. And I'll be here again on Wednesday. So with that, guys, be good to each other. Have a fantastic time ahead. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're in UK like Samsung, have a very good night, and God bless you. And well, God bless you anyway. And I will see you again very, very soon. Love to you, light to you, blessings.